Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Persona 5. Yesterday, we beat Kamoshida and finally got out of that skeevy bullshit. Which, of course, is great to know, because we're now gonna have to deal with all the skeevy bullshit when the game isn't even aware that's what it's doing. But alright, what am I doing tonight? Oh. Thank you for the follow, Fairy Gold. I hope you enjoy the stream. And you guys get to see my new follow gifts. I have been waiting for those to show up. Sure, let's do some training. I have a bunch of really good follow gifts waiting to be used, so I hope everyone... I hope we can get more followers so I can show those off. Meanwhile, Akira is gonna be lifting. Max HP increased by 1. Alright, so today's theme is going to be that actually Persona 5 is a good game that only works because most people are generally good people. Which is probably a bit of a it might be a brave thing to say, an unpopular opinion, that most people are fundamentally good, but you know, whatever, I'll gladly say it. Alright, this shit. But I will wait for more people to show up before I get to that. Or at least for Twitch to work. Is Twitch... Oh well. I think this is extremely unfair to Kaguya, but I'm a little bit... I wanna say it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Oh. I was hoping it would get a funnier answer than that. That seems kind of mean that they didn't give me a funny answer for that. So, one of the things that I love about Persona 5 is that it is, I think, fundamentally a game about optimism and hope, in that for all of its really, really shitty treatment of girls, of LGBT, of Anne, of everything, I think there's a strong sense of empathy in the game, in that evil people are defeated by forcing them to gain a sense of empathy which, rather than, you know, wishing to beat the shit out of them, most video games, you'll, Oh, hi Makoto. Most games, the villain is evil, so you kill them. In Persona 5, you forcibly reform them, which is obviously not a perfect solution. It would be kind of horrible brainwashing to do this in reality, but I think it's a form of optimism to think that there is a way you can get a win, you can reform horrible people without killing them, without violence, without wishing harm on other people. That said, I absolutely do wish harm on, like, all of these people, but I think it is, a good sign of how ultimately hopeful people can be. Most people are too empathetic to really want to wish harm on someone else. I mean, it's not always true, but I think I'm gonna say most people. An upstanding guy. I think it's actually an important thing that in every other Persona game up until now, well, not all of them, but Persona 3, 4, and 5, the bad guys, the bad humans, tend to die. In most RPGs, you kill all the bad guys, to the point where, let's use Final Fantasy XIII for an example, because it's a more recent one. You are just mowing down waves and waves of army people who don't know any better, and you're just killing them all, because it's just a thing. They aren't people, they're mobs to be killed. And I think that's nice. I think that is a good thing that more games... It's an example more games should follow, that there are ways to win. That you... Not everyone... I mean, violence is always the solution, but you're never actually killing any people. Which is rare in games, considering video games as a whole are made on violence. And now we're getting into the thing. Yuji's got a point, though, just dumping people's real names on that thing. Like, here's another good example. You've got a stalker who is a bad person, fucked up, and
ちょっと全開一致でしょ。どうする？
そうこね。
よし、行こっか。
確か名前と場所だったよな。
いや、今回は場所はいい。代わりに我が輩の言う通り入力してくれ。キーワードはメメントスだ。
it's a shitty person, a stalker, but not like
いいから言われた通りにやれ。
a horrible serial rapist like Kamoshida was. And they can reform him by just stealing his heart and forcibly giving someone a case of empathy.
我が輩の思った通りだぜ。人が消えた。なんかふわふわしてるっていうか。
Don't mind me. It seems like we have a very quiet stream for right now, so I'm just gonna poke around and make sure that I'm...
半分間違いだな。確かにここもパレスの一種だが、普通のとはちょっと違う。今から地下へ降りるぞ。ここのシャドウ、何かに惹かれて集まるのかもしれないが、理由はよくわからない。地下ってどうやっても何も、いつも学校行くとき使ってるだろう。ついてこい。
待てよ猫。
Morgana is not great at explaining himself.
んだよここ。スカ変わってる。
シャドウに気づかれてんの？とっくにな。
先言えって。
ここはまだ大丈夫だ。何度か来て調べたが、シャドウはこのフロアまでは上がってこない。でも一歩でも奥へ進めば別だぜ。っていうか、メメントスって何？みんなのパレスだ。
は
？And now we're getting to one of my favorite scenes in the game.
前の城みたく一人に支配されたパレスが出来上がるのは、歪みが並外れて強いやつだけだ。他の普通の大衆は別々じゃなくて一つ。それがここ。言われてみれば
融合ってみんなのがくっついてんの？
いわゆる集合的無意識。
Carl Jung is apparently God in this universe or something, I don't know. He's the only one who figured this shit out.
要するにここを使えばパレスがない人でも改心できるってこと。その通りだぜ。まあ
けどこれだいぶ広いんじゃね？
ついにこれを見せる時が来て。モルガナ変身。
This is literally Kamen Rider 1's henshin pose, and I love it.
さあパンサー、レディーファーストだ。車。
And also, of course, a cat turning into a bus is
認知が具現化する。
obviously
逆に利用してちょいと。 お前らの変身と。
it's a reference to Miyazaki films and the cat bus.
服が変わんのと車になんのは違えだろ。
大衆の心の中には
as you can see.
バスに化けるって認知がなぜだかものすごい広く浸透してんの。なんでバス？知らねえ。
つうか城ん時からやれよ。
やれたらやってたさ。けど狭いし階段だらけだし、シャンデリアの上とか絶対無理だろ。ちょっとスカル、レディーファースト。
引っ張んなよ。
パンサー広がっちまう。
There was actually some more really shitty stuff in the original dummy lines that were here.
お前ら何をくつろいでいるんだ。我が輩車だぜ。
There were actually like some really shitty rape jokes in this scene, which were not great considering that Shiho's entire thing and Kamoshida's entire thing.
我が輩の美顔を潰すなよ。じゃさあ早くエンジンをかけろ。
ったくいちいちめんどくせえな。車のキーは？
そんなもんあるわけないだろう。ハンドルの横にスイッチがある。もうちょっと下だ。
Yeah. A lot of... Oh, no worries, Prof.
すげえ気持ちいいぜ。
Yeah, when Skull was being rough with, Morgana's door, it...
おい、ゴロゴロ言い始めたぞ。
You know what, I'm just not gonna go any further, you can fill in the blanks yourself. It's a,
ニャータリーエンジンをバカエンジン全開かっ飛ぶぜ。
Now then. This is just a tutorial for the Mementos exploration gimmick. It's just exactly like a normal, boss fight. And, alright. It's just like a normal castle exploration bit. But, oh shit. I gotta follow up. Holy shit. Almost 1,000 damage.
敵は残り2体。
Well, that worked. Yeah, Mementos is every Persona game's obligatory randomly generated dungeon that you gotta get more, that you have to get more, that you use to level grind. This time there's a mission system involved. And here we see the, of course this is randomly generated, so it is showing up right next to the entrance. It's actually really unusual. We don't usually get this kind of speech bubble in the side 2. And most shadows that we're going to encounter in the future, all the Mementos shadows don't have portraits.
あんたがストーカー男ね。相手の気持ち考えたことないの？
あの女は俺のものなんだよ。俺のものをどう扱おうと俺の勝手だろ。俺だって物扱いされたんだ。自分がやられたからって人を物扱いすんな。ふざけやがって。
And once again, Persona 5 was written by 3 men.
俺より悪い奴はいくらでもいるだろう。そうだ、まだらめ。俺から全てを奪ったあいつはいい。まだらめ？何言ってんだこいつ。
Anyway.
構えろ、来るぞ。
Yeah, but we don't care. Unlike in Palaces, the shadows in Mementos never have any gimmick to them. They're just... Generally, they're just HP sponges. Sometimes, if they have a gimmick, it's related to a mission that they have. Like, there's one guy who is invincible until you go and change his mind that he knows he's not invincible at video games, because this game is subtle as a sack of bricks. But, some of them are supposed to be harder. They're not really. This guy is just here for the plot, honestly. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep scolding him anyway. You're a little late there, but alright. Keep in mind in the future, most treasures you get from the shadows from missions are just random shit. There is never any rhyme or reason to them. Because reasons. Oh. Yay, we get cash. But yeah. Alright, everyone back out of the room and into the cat bus. I don't know why it always asks you that, because you can still go right back in, and it's like, there's never anything to do in there. Anyway, yeah, this is explaining it's randomly, procedurally generated, and it is annoying. Oh, hey. Let's open the chest. Not that I need anything. So instead, we'll just take a moment to admire the Mona van. The Mona-mobile, the Mona... I don't know, someone else come up with a funny name for it, I got nothing. These things are slimes, they resist... whatever. Found the weakness. Yeah, sure, let's see what you got, Yuji. Automeowbile, yes, okay. That's good. All aboard the Automeowbile. Actually, that's a little harder to say, but you know what? It's good. That is a very strong name. The Automeowbile. Anyway, sometimes you gotta open up the, see? I should probably switch my accessories around. Just kill them all. Ow, my neck. Equipment. I'm just gonna take a minute because, you know, we've got... We've got someone looking at us. We've got someone who is, you know, we've got an angry enemy coming for us. But that sounds like the perfect time to change our equipment, right? Oh. Oh, I guess Anna's my slowest without that stat boost. But she needs the SP the most of all. Anne is... Everyone in this game has their own use, you sound good. Everyone has a role that they are best equipped for. Anne is your attack magic and debuffer. Morgana... Whoops, let's not go there. Morgana is your healer, honestly. Ryuji is your tank. His defense is actually really strong. And then Akira Joker is whatever the fuck you want him to be. Who gives a shit? No one cares, because Joker can be anything because he is ridiculous. Cheaty. I personally tend to use Joker as a nuker, because, you know, why not? But... Anyway, here is where the plot starts. Yes, Moms, I was trying very hard not to say that. I was trying extremely hard not to say that. Of course you did. They're just getting this out of the way early. Because, you know, we forget we can't have a, we can't have any time without tutorials. I almost named today's stream "The tutorial is finally over," except it's not over. It's never over.
詳しくはわからんが、あれのせいで一定だが、大衆のパレスなら、大衆が我が輩らを信じたり受け入れたりすれば、なんでモルガナはどうも記憶がはっきりしないんだが、メメントスの奥がどうなってるのか、どうしてもメメントスはみんなのパレスだが、同時に全てのパレスの昔は
And we get some plot dumping.
あんな一人が支配するパレスなんてなかった。
Now this is blatantly untrue. I think it was Persona 2 that had stuff like that, but
モルガナも助けて欲しかったんだね。手駒が欲しかっただけだ。
poor Morgana though.
そうか。だから俺たちにちょっかい出してきたのか。
That's a big...
私よろしく頼む。ところでモルガナってさ、男？もしかして女？
So remember kids, there's 3 genders: boy, girl, and car. That is the gender trinary. That's absolutely... I mean, it worked for Utena, right? I wish Morgana was a girl, though. I think it would change things a lot. In a good way.
ねえだろう。とも言い切れんがな。
言い切れよ。っていうか、男に決まってんだろ。だって。
That is right, Prof's got it. Today's gender of the day is crime or anti-crime. Both of my nephews are clearly going to be autosexual. Wouldn't autosexual just mean they want to go fuck themselves?
いや、なんでもない。話は終わりだ。
I mean, I probably should have phrased that a bit classier, but I mean, you know what I mean. Autosexual would be sexually attracted to oneself, right?
目につく情報があったら実践練習の他にめぼしいのはいなかったけど。
大物を改心させて怪盗団の名前を売れば、そんなもん山ほどか。俺らの目的はあくまで大物だぜ。早く大物見つけねえと。
まずは試験を乗り切らないとな。
You can now go to Mementos. Who could this be? There are many things I don't want to know the answer to, honestly. And this game is, like, 90% of them. Akira is a good boy who wants to help people. Honestly, dinosaurs, me too. Big mood. And you're too tired, so you should go to sleep. Oh, hello, Ethan. That's about how I feel about Mishima. So Mishima is a character who has a whole character arc, which would be great, except that his arc is that he turns into a shitty person, and nothing ever comes of it. He never gets the comeuppance. He gets better, but it just... I don't want to social. The problem is... Ugh. Oh yeah, speaking of deepening the trust, there's some fun information that apparently, in the original plans for the game, if you didn't respond to confidants' invitations so often, they would, your social link would reverse or break, or they would just stop contacting you, and you would lose their trust. Which was obviously removed for being a pain in the butt, because sometimes you get proficiency gated, sometimes you get stat gated, sometimes you just can't advance. And you've got so many different people, it's just not... It would not be worthwhile to have that kind of a mechanic in this game. I love Sojiro. There's also dummied out images in the game files for reversed or broken confidants. The tarot card reverses obviously for reversing it's flipped upside down, and then for broken the card is upside down red and has a bunch of bullet holes in it. Which is, I think, I think it's a, nice touch. Even on the stuff that got dummied out, the aesthetic is everything. This game's aesthetic is wonderful. Persona 5 is aesthetic, all aesthetic. And even the stuff that got dummied out had some pretty strong aesthetic to it. Foreshadowing! Ooh, spooky. And deserves better. I feel like Ryuji's being the constant glory hound is at odds with the rest of how he acts, which is irritating. Because, like, he was one who's like, oh, we're in this to help people, and then instantly forgets the point. Anyway, now we're doing this. I mean, big mood. God knows I never studied. Let's view requests. Alright. Now, normally you're gonna be, as this game goes, you're gonna be doing, like, 5 or 6 Mementos missions at once. Which is, I feel like, not what the game wants you to do, but at the same time, time management is the most important thing in this game, so getting, so doing as many targets as you can in one day is, like, one of the most important tricks you can get for this game. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Prof.
No.
Alright. Oops. Oh, right, we can't fast travel. Yes, we can. Change car appearance. Phantom Thief style. Sure, let's go with that. Meanwhile, every time, like, oh god, every Persona game has this bit where it expects you to. Words are hard. The Reaper. Kodamas. It's always weirded me out that crits use your gun, but they don't take a bullet, which I am not complaining about. But anyway,
さて
in Persona 3, you had to climb as much of the Tower Tartarus, which was their procedurally generated dungeon, as much as you could in one night. Always. Because if you didn't get high enough, fast enough, that was a game over, that was your deadline. Meanwhile, Persona 5, it feels like it has these rest areas spaced around, so that you will have to back out just like you would on a normal palace expedition. But nothing in Mementos is threatening enough for that. It is generally easier to just balls to the wall, bull rush it, and then you rush it, and then you get like 5 or 6, get as many requests for Mementos as you can in one trip, and then just do everything at once. Because the Mementos targets are also they're just normal, they're perfectly normal monsters. They're random encounters, so you don't have to do anything special for them. We'll just rush through. I mean, this is not a bad way to... Oh, okay, I guess it's done. Nope. Also, you never want to go down until you have finished filling out a map for an area, just because you don't want to, miss out on stuff. Because stuff is important. Alright, it's very kind of Morgana to tell you which floor it is, but doesn't really matter. Ambushes. The thing about Mementos is since you're in a van, you can't, since you're in a van, you can't stealth around like you do in palaces, but it still works out if you can get an ambush, you're running them over with a car, which is pretty sweet on its own. I love Joker's stupid dramatic cape swish. Fucking nerd. The other main use for mementos, other than leveling up, is that it is where you get all of your materials to craft infiltration tools. New skill. Oh, good. Finally, we're getting some AoE in the party. Oh, and we're at. Weak to Zio. Well, we'll just... Or we can just do this. I'm a little bit over-leveled. Or rather, I'm not over-leveled, I'm just... All of my equipment is so overpowered. There we go. Anyway. Jack Frost, because we gotta have Jack Frost. What is a Mega 10 game without Jack Frost? Let's see, you're weak. Well, I was gonna say you're weak to fire, but also you're just weak. Man, what the fuck? You weren't supposed to survive that. Die. Jack Frost does deserve better, but on the other hand, he's also Jack Frost. Protein. Remember what I was saying about the treasures not matching up anymore? Yeah, they're just ridiculous now. Let's keep going. I still don't understand why they have that. Like, they should just bypass that. If the enemy shadow is already dead, then why even have that? Oops, platform. No, no, Gigi, no. And now we'll just do this. Or you can get 2 turns in a row. Is that allowed? No. No. I could have gotten money off of it, but it was... I hate having to go past this prompt every single time. No, no, yes? No Akihiko voice.
さて
No. Let me just throw that. Let me go plug in my controller for a moment. Alright, there we go. Hey, you stop that. Stop that. Okay, technical difficulty. There we go. Moms?
ねえ誰か買い物付き合わない荷物持ってほしいのよね
いやそう言われてついていくやつなんかいねえよ
You are so lucky I need every follower I can get right now, Moms. Otherwise, I would be finding a way to ban you. Oh, so do I. Best character. No contest. But also... But also...
本当に仕方ないね
Strictly speaking, you made me a chat mod. I could just ban people.
That is true. The problem is I need viewers and I need viewers and I need followers. Speaking of which,
Sorry, I had my audio on the stream on. I don't know if that messed anything up.
it did not. I didn't hear anything.
Okay, that was just planned. So yeah, I'm still GMing for a bit.
Oh, good. Hello.
終わった次行こう次
Man, I had the whole topic for today about optimism and empathy, and then I got distracted. And I'm just gonna blame Malms. He didn't actually do anything until, like, just now.
さて
But I'm still going to blame Malms.
余裕の勝利ってやつだな
Anyway. So, for the record, if any of you guys know people who would be interested, or if you guys, like, haven't followed yet, Ethan, if you're still here, I don't know if you followed, but, come, give me a follow, just tell your friends, and if there's any feedback, anything I can do to make the stream better, be sure to let me know, because I want to make this a fun time for everyone.
先制攻撃
I think the answer to make this a better stream is to kill the Incubus as fast as possible.
よーし勝利だな
Yes. Please do.
楽勝すぎてあくびが出るぜ
You can see I've got my little follower goal over there that I'm... Oh. I've got my little follower goal that I'm trying to hit by the end of April. But honestly, the sooner I can make Twitch affiliate, the better, because I'm trying to make this a thing because the gaming community is toxic and gross and a mess.
いや
They're totally catching a train. I got an email for the follow. Oh, there we go. Yes, with that gift too. Thank you for following, Ethan. I am glad to have you aboard, and I hope you will come by more and enjoy the stream. I have the best following gifts.
おいおい
It's Doom Train.
おい
これって
なあ
I've got a bunch of good tokusatsu gifts, mostly Kamen Rider. there's a couple gifts I need to add to the variations, but effort. So if you want to see more ridiculous gifts, be sure to spread the word and get followers around. I've got some cute fox gifts in there too. Because, you know, I've got a name, I've got a theme. Oh, here's something fun in Mementos that they do. Is that they have your characters just making random idle conversation. On the other hand, I always feel like I can't interrupt them with battles. And just there we saw another instance of Anne being embarrassed by her outfit because they thought it was cuter if she was embarrassed, and... There we go. Also, your breathing is coming in kind of loud, Prof.
Sorry.
No worries. Just...
Further away.
No worries.
I wonder if there's any way you can, like, set a lower limit for your audio or something.
There is, tolerance or something, I think the setting is. I don't really remember myself, but... Oh, oops, I missed a door. Let me go back and grab that.
I can't find it, so whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, no worries. It's not a game, Morgana says, as I'm using him to smash into enemies. Just like Grand Theft Auto this shit. Fuck off. Stop giving me that prompt. Go back to the rush. Alright. Oh, hey, a super shadow. Let's fuck it up. Let's fuck it up. You can tell when some shadows are super powered because they've got the DBZ, the Dragon Ball Kaioken aura. Did I really just call it Kaioken? It's Kaioken. And now I'm correcting my own pronunciation on Dragon Ball. I feel like I've like reached peak weeb here. I need to punch myself in the face.
It's fine.
I'm gonna push myself into a locker and steal my own lunch money.
Isn't that what we all want to do these days?
I mean, fair. Fair and true.
Bully ourselves for liking anime?
Yeah. Although I wrote a thing the other day about how, humans are inherently storytellers and audience, by definition. Like, we are evolutionarily predisposed to being both storyteller and audience, which means having an emotional reaction to a story is good and normal and a sign of empathy. And so an emotional reaction to a story is a good thing to have. And I was actually leading into a point about how shitty fandom gatekeeping was, because just because you've been a fan longer doesn't mean no one else is allowed to have those same emotional reactions. But
Yeah, as soon as I have my full focus on the stream, I have a whole ramble about game design and intent to do based on stuff that you said earlier.
oh, well, I will look forward to that.
almost having thoughts to talk about and realizing they're like big spoilers.
Yeah, let's avoid the spoilers for now.
Yeah, hopefully you get far enough into the game that I can comment on at least one stupid thing.
Oh
but-
god, I'm hoping. Turns out, I'm at my actual real job. They mainly have me working weekends now, so I'm gonna be devoting
Oh, dear.
weeknights to the stream. But that means my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule is fine, and I can probably do some bonus Tuesday, Thursday streaming. And hopefully I can ride this wave, because I got like 9 follows on Wednesday, which is... holy shit, wow. Like, I am...
Yeah, that was... And you got at least one today, so...
I've gotten 2 today, actually. I'm very...
Oh, nice. Who was the other one?
Golden Fairy, I think. Let me click that.
That's right, I guess we're reaching the point where I should stop assuming that the follows are all going to be people I know.
Fairy Gold, that was it. I think that is someone I know, but I'm not actually certain on that. But yeah, let's, but yeah, like I keep saying, spread the word. And also tell me if I am shilling that too much, because I don't want to drive people off with seeming desperate. Which is, I imagine, not the way that, like, most people say that line. But, you know, whatever. Honestly, one of my favorite touches about Mementos is that on the minimap there, the indicator for the Morgana mobile has a, it has the little headlights for your field of vision, but it also just has a cute little tail wiggling behind it. The real van, and of course, the little marker. And we're done with that. And this is the end, which means, no, we're not going to be coming back here for a while. Run, Joker.
Yeah, this area, Mementos, was the place where I had the most trouble with Ryuji's insta-kill ability. Because it basically procs 100% of the time against the Mementos encounters.
It really does. The way that works is that Mementos encounters are generally, when you defeat someone's shadow, when you defeat one of the actual plot shadows, the part of Mementos that opens up has the shadows from the palace that is now gone. So, you're generally going to be out... By the time you are big, you are powerful enough to get through the last palace, their random encounters aren't going to be trouble for you. So you can just blitz through Mementos in one night.
Yeah, I was always generally just grabbing the Mementos missions as they came. It didn't occur to me to do them all at once like that.
Oh, that's how I always did it, because it's just... It's a pain in the butt, because time management is so important in this game. Okay, Makoto is great and one of my favorite characters, but I'm always confused by her, like, little, like, open back vest thing.
She gotta be cute, don't you know?
Well, I mean, yes, I will be the first to agree that cuteness is justice, but, it just always struck me as weird that Makoto, of all people, would be modifying her uniform and doing something like that.
That is a point, yeah.
Because, like, I know it's because she's the main character, and you gotta have the main characters stand out.
Yeah, it's kind of the weird intersection of needing to have distinct characters for character design reasons and the game taking place in a society that has uniforms.
Exactly. And, like, Makoto herself is so, you know, so obsessed with the rules and all of that at this point, that it feels weird that she would, like, do her own customized uniform.
It is a strange decision, I agree.
Like, it's cute. I'm not gonna say it's not cute. I like it a lot. But it's just... It seems odd character-wise. That said, she is adorable and pretty much the best, so...
Yeah, I think you could have kept it fairly distinct by just putting her in a normal uniform and then changing up what her clothing is outside of school.
Honestly,
Something cuter.
I mean, that's a strong one. But I would have personally, what I would have done is just kept her in the normal uniform, and then, once she actually, I mean, she would have been distinct on virtue of having her own portrait, but then, once she actually officially joined the Thieves, and just had her whole personal epiphany that she doesn't have to, you know, be what everyone else wants her to be, then she could have changed, like, customized her uniform, and started dressing a bit cuter, and that would have been, like, good character development, but they didn't do that.
Yeah, but then all the other problem is that the way this game is structured, character development is in weird Schrodinger's limbo state.
Well, I mean, her joining the party isn't, so if it's before she joins the party...
Yeah, you just do it from there, yeah.
Because then she's not, like, just mindlessly obeying the rules anymore.
Yeah, I guess most of her development happens outside of her social link, so she gets less of a rough time of it than some characters.
And now we're getting the plot of Anne's social link, which is modeling stuff.
Yeah, I never could really get super invested into the modeling side plot, but it's not a world that I know much about.
I kind of like it because the resolution to it is basically that, you know, sometimes you gotta be a bitch. And it's...
Fair enough.
Though it does do one of the tropes that I absolutely hate, which is the whole, the, bitch who pretends to be a meek, quiet girl, and the bitch in sheep's clothing, basically.
Right.
And that trope always makes me really angry because it's just, like, it's very often set up as a, oh, this means she deserves what she gets. She deserves the comeuppance in a very, I think, kind of sexist and misogynistic way, which I wish it would not do, but it is gonna. But it always does that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's a pretty common trope too.
Yeah, I really don't like it. Yeah, let's go study with Beauty. God, I'm gonna grab another Coke by the time.
よし
Oh, well.
そうだな
Did your knowledge really approve, Akira?
Did it really? No. But it's okay because he had a date with his boyfriend.
Fair enough.
I wish tests were that easy at school. I mean, back when I was in school, I never studied, never did homework, and got by entirely on keeping my tests, on doing well on tests. Of course, all of this is just, have you been paying attention in the class sections? I'm sorry, Moms, there is no help for you. It is a really good game. Today is... You know, since I'm normally bitching about this game, I guess Fridays are gonna be my talk nice things about this game.
Yeah, there are definitely things to like.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Like, for instance, the fact that your social studies teacher is super hot and you can't date her.
That was not where I was going to go with that, but alright.
That was just the first thought that came to mind while I was looking at the screen at that moment. I'm sorry.
That's fair. Poor Yuji. Foreshadowing. That said, I do enjoy that, well, you'll see in a second. Even if Yuji has to be pushed into it first, like a jerk. I still appreciate how Akira and Ryuji are willing to just absolutely... They're willing to just step in and fuck a guy up. The Persona 5 anime starting tomorrow.
Oh, here it goes.
I'm concerned. I'm excited, but very tentatively so. I don't want to get my hopes up, but...
I'll probably watch it, at least at the start. I don't know if it's going to be any good, because... the anime cutscenes in the game itself don't really look great, so I don't know if it's a different studio or whatever.
I don't know either. I also, frankly, I don't trust them to not make all of the gross shit about Anne and how Anne is treated worse.
There's a distinct concern there, and that's that in a video game, they don't always have control over the camera.
Right.
But in an anime, they do.
Right. And
And that means they can put it all over Anne's business all the time.
Exactly.
Of just occasionally.
I'm also extremely worried they're going to make the traitor... They're going to try to make the traitor a sympathetic Ruby instead of the unrepentant shithole that they are supposed to be. I'm trying to talk without spoiling things. That is true. The music...
There's a lot of this game that's just hard to talk about without spoiling things.
Yeah, but we'll get there eventually.
いかがわしいスカウトじゃねえの？
協力してくれるのか？どうなんだ？
待てって。お前誰よ？
ああ、失礼。俺は厚生高校美術館2年。
But I already know they're gonna do it because they just want... They're gonna make the traitor the sympathetic Ruby oh no, which is... eh.
知ってんの？
超有名な日本画家。世界でこの間メメントスで聞いた。
ユウスケ。すみません、先生。今戻ります。
あのじいさんがまだらめ。
明日から駅前のデパートでまだらめ先生の個展が始まる。初日は俺も手伝ってモデルの件。
Well, moms, if you, get more people in here and I get more followers, then I can add more custom emoji in here, so I could make a thumbs down emoji for you. I'm just saying, you know, if you want... Anyway.
行く気じゃねえよな。
行ってみようかな。やば。何度のを狙うとは。その顔を覚えたからな。
Yusuke's arc is at its worst at the beginning, and it's not great.
It's not great.
都合のいい話、まあいいわ。確かにまだらめは許されざる罪人富や名声を子供たちの生き死けど、長年隠し通してきた秘密。また異世界？いいわ。じゃあ仮に君が言うよ。そうなると人が急に意識を失ってこれって見方によれば心が君たち。
may have gotten someone in from
まだらめの剣
the Fata Morgana Discord.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I feel like I shouldn't be annoying people. I always have this problem of like trying to strike a balance between like advertising and just being annoying.
Yeah, I don't know what the right place is to be there.
Yeah.
Because I've never really run something like this. I guess the closest thing I have is my Let's Plays,
Right.
which have sort of built up a following over the last 7 years or something. God, how long ago was Steins Gate? I'm curious now. How long have I been doing screenshot LPs?
てかもう試験の話はやめようぜ。終わったことよりさ。
Oh.
何見てるの
Since 2012, so 6 years.
Oh. Thank you for the follow. What's that? Okay, there we go. Mule, thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy the stream. We're gonna be here for a while.
例のサイト。
I
ダメだ。
hope you
大した情報ね
come back and hang out some more.
できてんな。
Not to jump to conclusions, but I feel like you're probably gonna make your goal for April.
Yeah,
You're at 86% on the 6th day.
I'm hopeful. Because if I hit it, I can make Twitch affiliate and hopefully start like getting out there more.
なら俺寿司がいい。それかうなぎ。
ねえからそんなに
Actually, we have like $3,000 right now.
朝もらったまだらめ店まさかあのゆそんなんじゃないっての
Uh-huh.
そうだよな
God, every time I get a new follower, I just think, holy shit, this is so cool. This thing might actually work.
テレビの特集見て
And don't forget, I am always up for interacting with the chat, so don't feel shy about talking in chat. In fact, having stuff to respond to actually makes it easier to keep
Yeah,
talking.
it's also more convenient for the YouTube posting format now that you have the Discord chat on screen.
Yes, I have the chat box. Thank God.
So you no longer have to repeat everything that you want to respond to.
I know, oh my god.
うん
Alright.
それよりあと2枚もらっ
芸術。
Huh?
こうな
Not
りゃ全
going
員で行く
max
ぜ
Airhead Akira this time.
Meh.
芸術の鑑賞は人間の魅力や品性を高める
Meh.
みんなで行くなら。
Eh.
なら決まりねたまにはいいじゃん行くに決定じゃあ明日会場前に集合ね
Yes. God, I feel like one day Comic and Malms are going to meet in my chat, and then I'll just have to ban everyone and shut down my channel and go live in a cave. Let's sleep. We'll hit terminal something. Let's just leave it at that. It will be terminal for someone. Where did I put that thing? Oh, there it is. Nope, there it's not. Alright. Oh, there it is.
バレたら面倒だからあんま出てくんなよ。
Alright. Yeah, let's just smuggle a cat into an art exhibit. That seems like a good idea.
まあ、
Len, not you too.
本当に来たのか。
てめえで剣置いてったんだろ。
他のお客様の邪魔にならないようにな。さあ、案内するよ。
じゃあ後で。アンドの大丈夫なのか？大きな絵の裏でゴニョゴニョなんてことを。
Oh, agreed, Matt. They're all... I mean, it's not quite as bad as Mr. Money Castle, but... Ichibusai is pretty strong.
この間のじいさんだ。
先生のイマジネーションにはいつも全てを一人の人間が描き出したとは到底思えない重要な
Foreshadowing! Ichibusai basically just means, the best talent, or something along those lines. Matt can probably explain it better. I'd have to grab the kanji again to get it, but it's basically that he is... Ichibusai is basically the best.
そうですな。言葉で伝えるのはなかなか難しい。泉に一つ。
Yeah, that.
泡が浮かぶように心の内から自然と。
自然とですか。
重要なのは金や名声などの属性から離れることですな。私のアトリエは質素なあばら屋ですが、美の探
あばらや。
なるほど。無心がうっそ。
And,
巨匠まだらめ先生からあばらやなんて言葉が出るなんて。
ご覧いただければわかりますよ。
As for the other one, Kaneshiro is the third boss, and the,
まだらめ先生。
he is a Yakuza thug who wants to just make a shit ton of money, and his name is Money Castle, so... Oh god, no they don't. Symbolism, it's all about the aesthetic.
こんないろいろ種類があるのね。
普通はもっと作風は絞られる。で、特別なんだ。ゆうすけ、ここにいたの。先生。昨日の子だね。楽しんでもら。
ほんとすごいっていうか。
何かを感じてもらえる。いい絵になるといいな。では、失礼。
They actually get even more on the nose. I was gonna save it for actually I'll save it for his boss fight, because Kamoshida, or not Kamoshida, Madarame's boss fight has some important stuff in it that does not translate at all, so they didn't even try because there's no way to translate it.
どうしたの？
なんでもない。こんな絵よりもっといい絵がある。
あ、ちょっと。
おばちゃんの肘がもろ。けど、おかげで思い出したぞ。
Wait, what about him?
それは置いとこうぜ。ネットの書き。ほら。
なんで先帰んの？
ちげえって。俺ら巻き込まれた。まあいいや。お前もこれ見ろよ。この書き込み。
And now we're getting the dump about,
日本画の大家が弟子の作品を盗作している。
盗作？
最初に見た時は何とも思わなかったけど、住み込みさせている弟子への扱いはひどく、こき使うだけで絵など教えてもらえない、人を人とも思わない仕打ちは。
盗作に加えて
マジなら大スキャンダルだ。
北川くんが書き込んだのかな。だってまさにで
さ
となるとメメントスで聞いたマダラメがあの
Shock and surprise.
あの時のシャドウに聞けないかな。あっていうか
どんな風に聞くんだよ。
それに現実で思っ
お前はまだらめのこと
Yes, he's suspicious. Fuck all adults. All adults are evil.
こいつが黒なら
まあ本当なのかな。
そういや
北川君から連絡もらっあとマダラメ先生のアトリ
住み込み明日行ってみようぜ。放課後まだらめん家に行くぞ。
Oh, and we're getting to the really, really gross part.
なんだそっち。
Ugh.
よーし
Alright, well. You should rest up for tomorrow. I am gonna go grab a soda. Prof, I'll only be a second, but while I'm gone, you please rant about how Anne is about to be treated for a bit.
Oh boy, I'm okay.
Alright, be right back. Everyone listen to Prof.
Okay, I'm being put on the spot. I'll do my best.
そういえば
Sort of the game is garbage and it's bad. To cut to the point. Sorry, I'm trying to GM and monologue to cover for Hannah at the same time. Yeah, so Anne spends the whole first dungeon of the game grappling with the issue of sexual assault and sexual objectification. And they start there, and they have her escape from that and be free from that, and the very next plot beat is Yusuke telling her to get naked so he can paint her naked, and everyone else saying, yeah, do it! And they honestly feel like they were written by different people. And that's kind of the thing that this whole game feels like to me on some level.
Okay.
Where there's it feels like the game is being written like the three writers who wrote the game were not communicating with each other at all, and we're just all had their own ideas of who the characters are and what the themes are, and just it's weird.
Yeah. I only got for the end of it.
Thank you for coming back. Okay.
Yes, no, I only caught the end of that, but yeah, no. Oh well. So, since I don't have to worry about raising my stats, I can just choose all the silly answers. Yeah, no, as someone who has become an adult, as an adult millennial, I can definitely say adults are shit, adults are evil. Get the stuff down. Hello, Kid Fox. First of all, good name. Foxes are excellent. And second of all, welcome to my stream. I hope you have a good time here. Of course, there's only one option to pick.
It's true that nude paintings are not sexual in nature necessarily, but the way it's portrayed with Anne's reactions and Ryuji and Akira's reactions to Anne's reactions.
It is very uncomfortable.
It's bigly sexual.
Yeah, it is very much,
Even if Yusuke is in character intense or not.
right? Yusuke's intents cannot be divorced from the writer's intentions, because the writers, you know, Yusuke is nothing more than a product of the writers. Like we agreed to in the first part of this, stream, everything you see here is a work of fiction. Button mashing Morgana is pretty much one of the best moments in the game, I'm not even gonna lie. It feels mean. I do wish the thieves were less shitty to each other, but at the same time, I would absolutely do that, just without any question, I would absolutely do that. Anyway, let's go, no, yes, that way, okay. Yeah, I feel like I need to clarify, Kid Fox, should I just call you... I'll just call you Kid Fox. So, my name is Hannah, and I am, doing a bunch... I play games and focus on their LGBT themes and how they handle LGBT themes. Or, in usual cases, how they handle it extremely badly, or how they just don't handle it at all. In this case, when I don't like a game or a show, I'll just kind of pick at it. When I love a game or a show, I will rip it apart. So Persona is one of the latter ones. I will say it is genuinely the best game of 2017, one of the most important games of all time, and I love it. And out of love, I am going to rip it apart and talk about what it could do better. I hope you will give me a follow and hang out. I'll be doing Persona 5 for pretty much all of April. And roasting it out of love.
住所も合ってるけど表札はまだらめって
チャイム押してみろよ。
私押したら壁倒れたりしないよねたらいが落ちてくるかもしれないぜ
どちら様でしょうか先生なら今は
高巻ですけど
人を住めるんだ。
高巻さんお前らもか
チース。悪いけどモデルの話じゃねえんだ。まだらめが盗作してるって。
And again, Ryuji has no subtlety.
正気か
ネットに出てん。
これくだらない盗作もありえないが虐待だと虐待するほど子供が嫌いなら住み込みの弟子なんて取るものかそれに今は住み込みの門下は俺一人
Yusuke and Futaba's character arcs are both very important to me because they deal with a lot of abuse, which is an important subject for me personally. But also, they really should have handled Yusuke at the start better. Like, yes, this is pretty much exactly how someone in Yusuke's situation would think. Mhm.
すまん。そうだ。あの絵を見れば先生を信じてもらえるかもしれない。
Oh, it looks like they left. Okay.
先生の処女作であり代表作。さゆりだ。
I gotta be honest. Given how the rest of the game portrays him, I am always kind of amazed that Yusuke has a smartphone. Like, I know that phones are a lot bigger and more important in Japan, and that something not a smartphone would probably be unheard of anymore. But still.
芸術わかんねえけど
I gather that
これすげえのは
non-smartphones in Japan, like the like flip phones and stuff,
この絵を見たのと同
continued
じ感動があった。
to be used and advanced and got pretty baller long after they stopped developing them at all in
君を
America.
描くこともその一環
I believe it, yeah.
どうかモデルの話。せっかく訪ねてもらったんだが、今日はこれから先生の手伝いなんだ。また日を
Alright.
なんか
メメントスで聞いたマダラメは別人なのかもね。
せっかくお
異世界ナビはどう？
おいこれ
さっきこの表示なんで？マダラメと盗作にあばらやか。
つかこれ本当にあんなじいさんにもパレスがあんのか。
入るには最低限本人の名前と、あ
Okay,
とはマダラメ
game
が
over.
このあばら
I
や
can
を
focus
何
and
と勘
brain
違いしてる
stream
かだ。
for the rest of the night. That
Yay!
was long again.
それそういうこと当てずっぽうでもいい
So I
からなん
would,
か言ってこうぜ。
if we don't have anything super important coming up, I'd like to talk about game
と
design
りあえ
and
ずしろって
theme for a bit.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
牢獄
So one of the sort of core fundamental tenets of what you try to do with game design
それ
is
と
that you have
教
some
育
kind
指
of
導室
theme or atmosphere or feeling that you want
出
to
直す
evoke.
か。画家の
And in order to do that, one of the things you need to do is create
開始って
is to encourage the player to do things that are in keeping with that theme. And like for a simple example would be that you're playing a Phantom Thief in Persona 5, and so they want to evoke the feeling of being a cool Phantom Thief. So the gameplay when you're in dungeons involves various treasures being around that you will be mechanically rewarded for taking. And like that's a pretty simple intuitive thing that you reward the player for stealing shit so that they will steal shit like a thief would. And that does you can also see when that doesn't turn out so well in this game with things like, for instance, when you were talking before about Mementos and how the designers seemed to have a pretty clear idea in mind of how the player would interact with Mementos and what that would feel like. With like you get a mission, you go out, you dive into Mementos, you do it, and you come back. But in the design, they also created the calendar system that forces you to juggle multiple social systems at the same time, which in doing so rewarded the player for going to Mementos as infrequently as possible.
少し入ってみようぜ。
Right.
And as a result, you get player just sitting on a bunch of people's traumatic backstories and personal problems, and then busting them all out at once in one go, with no real gravitas between them, a month after you get the request.
Right. Persona 3, I think, handled it a bit better in that since you're climbing up Tartarus during the dark hour, it does not take up one of the time slots that you need for building your
Right.
social links. Which, unfortunately, they did that with this, they did that with Persona 5, and, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's something that I remember reading a very insightful article about the idea of makes sense design, where
Right.
you put things in the game because just on a subjective level, it feels like it makes sense for those things to be in the game. And doing that repeatedly can result in games that feel wrong, like they don't make sense because systems interact with each other and create unintended outcomes.
Makes sense.
So, like, it makes sense for mementos to take time, and it makes sense for you to have to juggle the calendar, but when you put that together, it means that you want to... that it does... the way that you interact with mementos doesn't make sense for the characters.
Right.
Deliberately putting off occasionally very traumatic problems people have that are still ongoing,
Oh yeah?
so that you can squeeze a little more time efficiency out of it.
Right. Like, you said back when I was streaming Breath of the Wild, that if there is something more efficient, a player will always do it, and that's why, like, players continuously dodge rolling to get around is a thing.
It's... players generally trend towards the path of least resistance.
Right. And,
And, yeah, so, like, you need to, when you're designing a game, consider it from the perspective of what is the player going to want to do here, rather than what do I want the player to do here.
right.
Because they don't care what you're intended.
Oh. Alright, fine, I'll go look at the painting. Dun dun dun. Oh, next room, fine. Yeah. Oh, right, I gotta find one with a name card. There we go. Yeah, where's the one I'm looking for? Meanwhile, over here we have just straight up the protagonist of Persona 4.
Oh, really? I never noticed that.
And this one is probably not Persona 3's protagonist. But, I mean, everyone else has normal hair. Like, blue or black hair. And then there's the one guy with, like, gray hair.
You know, blue hair, that thing that people usually have.
You know, in this lighting... Look, shut up, that sounded less stupid in my head.
I mean, it's anime world. It does
Yeah.
make a certain amount of sense.
Everyone has, like, dark blue-black hair, and blue has often been used as, like, to show black with light reflecting off of it. They use blue to highlight it. There we go.
Makes sense.
I mean, everyone else has the exact same hair color. Except for Yusuke.
No.
That does not say well painted.
That's what it's just that.
Ah, alright. Plastic frame. I do appreciate, like, all the little touches. Like, the art museum has the museum guide as a map. It's a very,
Yeah. I really like the dungeons in this game, for the most part.
they are they are really well, like they commit to their aesthetic.
They're very distinctive, and they lean into the ideas of sort of their concept
Yes.
a bit.
I found the concept art for the final dungeon earlier, and it was actually going to be even more absolutely ridiculous. I'll show it off when we get to it.
Ridiculous.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. The concept art for the concept art for the Persona for the final dungeon in this game, like, it makes the dungeon.
Like concept art.
Here, actually, let me go find it while this cutscene plays out.
これ見ろ。無限彼らはまだらめ館長様が私費を投じて作り上げた作品群である。彼らは自身のあらゆる着想とイマジネーションの生涯、それが叶わぬ者に生き。ねえ、これ。
とんだ食わせじじいだあの野郎。
弟子は俺のものってとこか。本当ならまともな絵描きですらないぜ。
Alright. Here, let me just put it in the chat there. If you want to see the final dungeon's concept art, it's right there. And
Oh, that's what you meant by the final dungeon. I was thinking of.
oh,
thinking of
oh yeah, no, the spoilers. But yeah, the
That's pretty wild.
it was absolutely bonkers, and I love
I
it.
just noticed. I said that before noticing the space shuttle.
I know, I love it.
認知上の弟子なんだ。
Holy crap.
生きる価値なしと来てるぜこれ。まだらめ様の役に立つうちは置いてやるけど。
Like the roller coaster to the sky, the zeppelins. There's an entire city in the back there. It's also worth pointing out that, like, apparently the original version of Persona 5 was going to be about backpacking and traveling, and, it was a nuclear accident and the Tohoku earthquake that made them change their minds to come up with something else, to come up with something closer to home, and to focus on, Japan's problems. But, so you can see it's got the little van in that picture there. Now let's kick its ass.
待てお前ら。もう一度ユウスケに事実を確認しよう。実際に悪事があったのかどうか。
めんどくせえ。
それにまだらめのことまだ知らなすぎるだろ。私、北川君に連絡してみる。モデルの話受ければ真相を聞けるかもしれない。
Anyway, we know what's about to happen, so I'm a little bit... Spoiler alert, it's going to be gross for Anne. Because everything in this game has gotta be gross for Anne. And you must be tired. Let's go to sleep. I feel like I should start, like, ending my streams on that, since I'm ending them really late at night.
Go the fuck to sleep, Akira.
Probably. You're right. Yes. God. You know, originally I shipped Akira and Yusuke, and then a couple of my friends got me into Akira and Ryuji, and now I'm in hell.
Makes sense.
I am absolutely in hell and dying.
I like Anne's hoodie.
God, agreed. I want it so bad. It's cute, but I actually want most of the fashion in this game, even if I know I could never pull it off, but...
I've never been fond of the pants that the dudes have for their uniform.
Oh yeah, fuck that, but I mean...
Like this, they look like my pajamas.
That's fair.
Not like
I actually
school
do have a
uniform.
pair of pajama pants that look like that. You know, Matt, you're grinning at me like that, but I got you into my rare pair of hell too, so don't even.
I think one of the things that's the biggest problems with the whole Yusuke intro arc is that point in it where they give you like 3 different dialogue options to say to Anne, and they're all different variations on, yeah, get super naked.
Yeah, that is absolute bullshit. Like, considering...
Like, you can't even be reluctant. You can't even let Akira be reluctant about it.
Right, it's just... It's shit. This entire arc is shit. No, you're not prepared.
No.
That said, I do like Yusuke as a character a lot. I really like
Yeah,
Yusuke,
I like Yusuke. It's just,
but I like him in spite of what the writing does to him.
he's used as a plot device to enable a very bad plot with Anne.
Yeah, basically. Every time I see that big padlock on the door, all I can think is, it's a Cyclock, and we have to get Phoenix right. Yes, you are! Hello, Akai! Welcome to the Garbage Fest. Yay, garbage!
little garbage every now and then isn't so bad.
No, but this game is...
でも私たちなら
It's like a constant stream of low-key garbage. That, like,
Yeah, like
There's-
I'm.
there's all
Like,
this...
I honestly am more critical of this game than you are.
Yeah, probably. Like, I love this game, but... ugh.
どういうこと
I love this game, don't get me wrong. I just...
出てけばいいだろ
It is high-key, amazing stuff with a constant undercurrent of low-key, absolute garbage.
身勝手な正義を押し付けるな。
これは弟子と二度と来るな。
待てよ
じゃあしか通報させてもらう。今日はモデルをお願いしたんだ。
だと
竜落ち着こう。
通報はやめておく。
条件
高巻さんにモデルを続けてほしい。
でもさっき違う。
あれは俺が無意識に君に遠慮してしまっていたから。心配しなくていい。俺も全身全霊を込めて最高のラフ画に仕上げてみせる。
は
ラ
理想のモデルでラフ画を描けるなんて。もちろんお前らは入れないし、そろそろ新作を先生に提出しないと。
フラフってヌードでしょ。なんでそんな話になんの。
それが条件だからだ。
Like, there is nothing stopping them from walking out the door right now. If they just leave,
いやそれまずくね
there is no reason
昼は先生少し画材を足しておこう。
they can literally just walk out the door. They can literally.
もちろんまと君に合わせていつでも予定を。
It's
そろそろ今日はここまでだ。
ダメだ。
like it's one thing to do a bunch of sexy shit with Anne, even after that plot,
Right.
but they always have to emphasize really heavily how much Anne doesn't want to be doing it.
Exactly.
And
It
makes it difficult to
right.
like the scenes.
Granted, a bunch of... Honestly, I can't say it would be that much better if Anne was into it, considering that the writers were 3 men. But
Yeah, it would. Yeah. I mean, either way, it's like either way, no matter how they go about sexualizing Anne, if Anne is sexualized, it's going to be weird and uncomfortable.
exactly.
じゃあアンドのはフルに。
And there is never any option to take Anne's side in it, which pisses me off the most.
けど本人にそれでいい。アンドのは鴨下のこと耐えてたから。
Right, and we're talking about how she just endured so much shit. And then we're just, throwing her back into all that shit.
The order of events is very bad, yes.
Yes.
そうだよね。まずはまだらめのことを調べないと。
Like, they could have absolutely stood to put one dungeon between that and this. It wouldn't make it good, but it would have made it less
パレスの中を
kind
調
of
べ。
insulting.
あと
Yeah, basically.
新作を提出しないと不都合が近々まだらめの作品ってことでなんか発表とかあるのかも。
It's unfortunate that we got to this scene on the stream when we're all supposed to talk about the good things in Persona 5.
That's a good point. Okay, new plan. Positivity is not Fridays. Positivity is just when we get to it. Because, oh my god, I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk about... That is not what I want. Like, the fact that it's always throwing this at Anne, after not only is she always very uncomfortable with it, but the fact that her entire arc is about Kamoshida doing this shit. Like, it's Kamoshida blackmails her, tries to blackmail her with Shiho into fucking him, and now Yusuke blackmails her into posing nude. It just is.
実はまだらめの門下生として昔盗難にあったっていうさゆり当時の門下生がまだらめの虐待に関してなんか聞いたことない。そうか。被害者がいて初めて一旦出直すかね。
It is just disgusting that it's just. Oh, it's all water under the bridge. It never goes anywhere. Isn't that Yusuke so wacky? Like, Kamoshida was a problem because he was in a position of power that he abused in addition to the blackmail. But also, it was very not good that even if Yusuke doesn't really have a position of power, he isn't in a position of authority, but he, he is in a position of power by way of having blackmail, except he doesn't even have blackmail because they can just not go. They can just not go back, problem solved, but they treat it like it's never... Like, why is this never brought up as even a consideration that they just not go back?
Anne's entire arc just vanishes as soon as it's done. Everything with Kamoshida is
gone.
Practically never mentioned again.
Even Shiho is. I don't think Shiho is ever mentioned again outside of Anne's social link.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. Like, ugh. Okay, like, if I were writing this game, I would have... I would replace probably... I mean, let's just take out, the space station dungeon. And I would replace it with a new palace for Shiho, with, like, focusing on the themes of people... Like, people can become fucked up via other people who were fucked up, that it can spread, and, obviously it would end with, Shiho becoming a phantom thief, because
I'm down.
It should be that way, and also it's just kind of, like, Haru first appears so late in the game that there's, like, you could replace... Like, don't get me wrong, I love Haru, but she appears so late in the game that there's really not... You could replace her. It would not be a problem. It just is... I like that the cat is now Akira's defining characteristic.
What?
Hey, why would Anne be so alarmed about this? Let's never mention it. Let's never focus on Anne again. Let's never talk about how she might have personal feelings about someone who drives other people to suicide. Nope, just all Anne, haha, she has to pose nude. Isn't that so funny?
Does Anne really get any plot relevance after this?
Nope.
Arc?
Not No, that's not true. In the 7th dungeon, she has to put on a bikini to save everyone with her acting skills. I like how that just makes you go quiet because, yeah, it's... yeah.
I'm not even sure what else I can say about this arc.
Yeah.
It's rough, and it's rough in ways that touch on subjects that I don't really feel like I have the right to talk about it in much detail.
That's fair. But,
Which is why I'm kind of just giving you the floor for a lot of it.
that's fair. I'll have a lot more to talk about when Madarame actually comes up more. And during Futaba's dungeon, I will have a lot to talk about. But,
I will too, but for different
Yeah.
reasons.
Honestly, Kaneshiro and, Okumura's dungeons are... they really feel like filler.
諸君今回のターゲットは見ただ
はい
ろあのパレス
Ugh.
前と同じそれにアンドノの低層がかかってるはあやることは鴨志田の時と同じだまずはその上で心をいただく予告
I like how everyone walking past just doesn't care about these 3 teenagers talking to a cat.
なんで警戒されてたわけ？
だいぶ学習してるな
Does anyone
ゾリュウジ
ever wonder why Akira carries a cat in his bag all the
知ら
time?
ない相手はそれか悪い噂が広まってるって知って
No one ever...
だけなのか
I think Sojiro mentions it like once, but it doesn't
何にせよ
matter.
I would notice that immediately if someone in my class just had a cat with them.
To be honest, I would notice it, and I would be asking to pet the cat, because I'm a
人にも気をつけないとね見られたことはすぐまだらめに伝わるだろうしそのとてかまだらめのお宝いやけど物を見れば
変な手。
今回の期限って個展が終わるまでなんだよねってことは今回も予告状を出した後で決行だ
I mean, yeah, that's true.
戻って6月2日いい絶対に失敗できない
And deserve. Honestly, I feel like and deserves better should be like the name of...
よーし
Oh my god, I forgot I named it that! Oh my god.
Yeah, like, the fact that they chose this bridge as their meeting point is
Bad.
absurd. Like, people are just walking right by them. They aren't whispering even.
Yeah, I really wish they had tried to focus more on letting them keep secret, like keeping their identity secret.
いいか
They're
Yes, Akai, I named the Phantom Thief group the Gay Agenda because I had to, and then I forgot because it honestly never comes up. This is the first mission for the Gay Agenda, everyone. Remember, this is... The first mission for the Gay Agenda is to stop this straight bullshit with everyone trying to get Anne naked. Sounds good to me, right? Sounds good. Everyone agrees.
Yeah, that's what really matters, right?
Yeah. Noom. Oh. Fuck you. No.
like Akira's stupid-looking power slide.
Agreed. Alright, well, we might get to Yusuke as a party member before... Stop! Give me some money. No! Shut up. Give me money.
This game does something that that I generally think is very important for making stealth gameplay feel fun, and that's that the enemy outnumbers you, is very powerful, in theory, and they're fucking morons.
Agreed.
Like, I want the guards in my stealth games to be stupid.
Strong. Agreed.
It's just because, like, part of, like, my justification for this not just me being careful of stealth games.
Oh, that is absolutely it for me.
Is that, part of playing a stealth game is the fantasy of being the cool, sneaky hero who outwits the bad guys. But I'm not really that smart when it comes to that kind of thing, so make the enemy stupider so that by comparison I'm the clever smart guy.
I mean, that's fair. Also, one thing I have noticed is that on the battle screen in this dungeon, the battle arena has this, like, really cool, like, tunnel of paintings. I just totally just did a 1-8. I'm an idiot. And I think it is a really neat effect that never actually shows up in the dungeon proper anywhere. It's only in the battle screens. I'll see if I can show it.
Power slide.
Power slide. Stop that! No, just be dead. Of course, now that I started talking about that cool little tunnel thingy, it's nowhere to be seen. Oh, there it is! Behind Joker, and now it's gone. Unsigned mug? I mean, does anyone actually sign a mug? I know that's not what it actually is. Like... Now is our chance to strike. Gosh. Anyway... I feel like it would be a lot, would it be more entertaining to watch if I wasn't ridiculously overpowered?
I don't really think it would be. I think that super OP is fine, because we're not really talking about the moment-to-moment RPG gameplay much.
That's true. Hit the button. I should have hit that last time. Or did I even get a chance to last time? I don't know. And there is Akira, the master phantom thief, getting caught on a ledge because the controls in this game are not always great.
They're a little too slippery sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, God knows how many times I have had Akira just like duck behind the wall, come out, duck behind the wall, come out. Yes, Morgana always uses Wagahai. I discussed that last time with Matt, because it is a very, yeah, they absolutely went there. Thought I grabbed that last time. Gimme. Give me all your shit. Alright. See, that's blocked off. Just, you know, somersault face first into a wall. A+, good phantom thieving.
ここ
やるか。暴いてやる。
I do enjoy watching my teammates all just, like, bouncing around, hanging on the edge of a corner.
Yeah, I do like that.
It's cute. Just like it helps. It helps that like everyone is a phantom thief. We are all thieves. We are all
さて、
楽勝すぎて悪
everyone here is useful. Like there is no one. Eat shit. That said, I do think the security level mechanic is mostly, it's not well implemented because it's just so easy to avoid, but
It's barely there.
but in concept, I like the idea of you're thieves, you can't just run around in plain sight and smash everyone in your way. You gotta be sneaky.
Yeah, it's like it's not just that you get an edge in battle, it's something that you have to do because you're ahead.
Right. That said, I do wish there would be, like, okay, it's gonna sound really stupid when I say it, but I wish there was some kind of advantage to not fighting at all, just using your stealth to sneak past without triggering a fight. Because I feel like that is the most phantom thiefy way to do it. Because, I mean, it would be... It just seems like murder every single thing you encounter is an RPG hero, but it's not very phantom thiefy. Like, with your phantom thief, if you are a phantom thief, you're, like, not supposed to have anyone know you were there. So, like, knock people out, leave them tied up in a corner, whatever. But,
Well,
but I wish there was, like, some kind of reward for sneaking past without fighting. Like, I know they can't do that, but to just, like, creep past, let them go, and just have a stealth mission where you don't kill anyone and don't get caught.
right. Like, you would have to redesign a very large amount of the game.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, the hide and seek... Well, I feel like in most games that would go poorly, because, like, the hiding from the guards in, like, Zelda Ocarina of Time, the hiding from the guard section at the start was awful. It was a shitfest. But I think that was because the game was not a sneaking game.
Good stealth mechanics require almost the entire game.
Right. But on the other hand...
To stealth mechanics.
But on the other hand, this game has, like... If you're hiding, a persona or a shadow can be staring right at you and they won't see you. And you can just flip from cover to cover so easily. I feel like it would be good if there was a way that you could, like, just sneak past. Just flip from cover to cover. You'll feel like a badass, and there's no risk of getting caught, because you are totally invisible while you're undercover. Is what I'm saying making sense at all?
Yeah, like, the, my
Oh god.
semi-related thought
Sorry, one
is
sec.
that there's
No, go ahead.
the game Monaco has some very interesting ideas about stealth games, and it's basically that I think that stealth games are two genres. There's like stealth games, and there's heist stealth games. And the difference is in flow. That games like this is a heist stealth game, where the flow of the game involves both sneaking around undetected and also scenes where you excitingly get caught and have a thrilling chase scene.
Right.
And that's just part of the. It's like you have boss encounters where you're going to get caught, because it's kind of like all of the good heist and stealth movies that are about that kind of thing will have scenes where the good guys get discovered and have to run away, and it's part of the flow of that genre, and it's something that there's merit to emulating as part of the flow of a stealth game.
Right.
Is making the scenes where you actually have to confront the enemy head on also be exciting.
Right. And then I just gonna bunny shot everything. But it would be, like, I agree, but I just think it would be cool if we, push the button. There we go.
Why did that need to be a cutscene with Akira's thought bubbles there? It's like, you go up to the button, you press X, you clearly want to press the button.
I don't
The
know.
game has to stop and go, hey, there's a button. I wonder if something will happen if I press it. Should I press it? Yes. I'm gonna press the button. And it just... it feels like I'm making a big scene about nothing, but this is something this game does relentlessly. It's just unnecessary dialogue that accomplishes nothing.
Right.
Like, that doesn't advance the story and doesn't tell you anything about characters, and oftentimes spoils puzzle solutions for you.
Right.
That's something I'll be talking about when we get to the Futaba dungeon, I think. Or I might be thinking of the Space Station dungeon. There's some dungeon around that part of the game that's really egregious about the characters solving puzzles without ever giving you a chance to.
I can think of a couple of times that it's a problem. I don't like it in... let's see. You weren't even in that battle, Morgana. Fuck off. There we go. Push the button. Honestly, I think... everyone getting caught in the lasers was... like you said, it's emulating the heist. You're gonna trigger the security system. That said, I don't think it was a good idea to make it, that the only way... I don't think it was a good idea that the way, you do this is by Morgana being a fucking idiot.
Oh yeah, like, a plot like this plots shouldn't... should be careful about... rephrasing, the game, if a plot should only have you rely on characters being idiots if those characters are consistently idiots.
Right?
Like, the problem is when a character who is normally not an idiot does something stupid because the plot requires it.
Right? Oh, hey, look at this.
It just all has to stay. And to be fair, Morgana is pretty stupid, but...
Right, but Morgana is also your thieving expert. So, like...
Yeah. So, like,
the fact that
a particular mistake is when it doesn't make a lot of sense for Morgana to make.
Right. sure to say hello. Alright, and now we're just gonna kill you as our thank you. Wait, how did you not die? No, stop being alive. Anyway, right, also, I think the characters just walking out and Akira having to go collect them, instead of them just walking 2 steps forward walking 2 steps to get around the thing, and to, rejoin Akira themselves, is very... There was no need for that.
There's always kind of, I feel like there's a delicate balance you need to strike in games where you have a party of realized characters, where you want the player to have to solve most problems, because the player's the one playing the game. But then it can also make the side characters seem like useless morons sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they can't figure anything out until you figure it out for them.
Right.
Possibly the worst example of this of all time being the 2nd season of Telltale's The Walking Dead, where you are like literally an 11-year-old surrounded by adults and you have to solve all of their problems for them.
Sounds right. Oh god, it's this fucker. Ah, let's just bum rush it.
But I'm gonna cut myself off from talking about Walking Dead season 2, or I will have like another rage season.
I gotta be honest, I could never get into it,
The first season.
God, Morgana's so cute. I don't like...
I like, the first season was really fresh when it came out.
I just don't like zombie stuff,
Me neither, generally. It's like, it's zombie stuff, and it's eventually extremely bad, extremely textbook zombie stuff. But like, that kind of adventure game was new, basically.
That's fair.
And it felt really exciting because we didn't all know Telltale's formula yet. And like, it was really interesting, and it's one of, I think, the 2 video games that's ever made me cry. So, I'm a little lenient with it, possibly as a result of that.
That's fair. Oh fuck, oh well.
This scene is stupid. It wouldn't look anything like the whole the angle they're looking at it from.
Shh. Cognition. Cognition.
さて
Oh, that's right, I remember this. So if you go in the men's room, there's shit for you to get. And your characters will comment on it, and comments. And if you go into the women's room, there's more treasure. And of course they are setting you up, because later there is a, another one of those where it's like just a blatant trap, and it's kind of great.
I feel like there's something a little odd about the fact that that when you go into the men's room, Anne complains that you're in the men's room, and then when you go into the women's room, Anne complains that you're in the women's room.
Okay, look at it like this. The metaverse is a product of cognition, alright? So, what you think affects reality there. So if you think...
Actually...
Huh?
I was gonna say, actually, that it actually, I guess it does make sense, because she's complaining that she's in the men's room and that you're in the girls' room.
Right, but also, if you, think about having to pee, you're gonna have to pee. And look at Anne's Phantom Feet costume. Like, at least the boys have pants that presumably can come off. But then you got Anne and her zippers. That shit is the fucking zippers. not even talking about the rest of the girls, but Lucky Noirs is fine, but everyone else. But yeah,
I
no.
really like the victory screen in this game.
Oh, it's so good. But no, like, this bit right here... Actually, Kanashiro's dungeon has some good moments where you're actually being sneaky and avoiding the cameras. Which is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it has to make some what's the word I'm looking for? Some concessions to the fact that it is an RPG.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's,
So they, like, I think it was a pretty good compromise there to just say that, like, you're doing stealth in order to make combat easier.
right.
And the RPG combat is still just RPG combat, but you have an edge because you've been doing stealth. And instead of, like, they couldn't really just say your goal is to sneak past everyone undetected because you need to fight guys and get experience. So
That's true.
it's a good middle ground for what they had to do.
Oh, I agree. Just, you know, if I'm gonna be a Phantom Thief, I want to actually, like... I want to be a Phantom Thief and, like, sneak in, sneak out undetected.
If you think about it, though, like, the iconic scene for any sort of Phantom Thief thing is when they've been caught by the guards and are confronting them on the roof and then flashily jumping off and escaping or whatever.
I mean, true.
Like, Phantom Thieves, it's like, it's deliberately kind of high-profile sneakery.
Oh, absolutely.
All this stuff, like, declaring what you're going to steal in advance is a challenge to the guards and stuff.
Oh, right, the calling cards are, like, for those who don't know, the, newest season of Super Sentai is Phantom Thieves versus Cops. And I'm always so sad, because the Phantom Thieves, the Lupin Rangers, and yes, that is their name, the Lupin Rangers. Lupin Rangers. They never send out a calling card in advance. They will show up to steal the shit, and at best, throw a calling card at them while trying to steal their shit. And it makes me very sad, because calling cards are like the most fun part, because it's just so ridiculously dramatic.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta have a flair for the dramatic to be a Phantom Thief.
Agreed.
You can't be practical about it. Go big or go home.
Exactly.
And like, I'm entertained by all of this the hoops this game kind of logical hoops this game kind of jumps through too. Just to make all of the sort of Phantom Thief tropes make logical sense in universe.
Agreed. Oh shit, you got Mudo. Oh, double shit, you got Mudo. It's a good thing I'm immune to everything that's not almighty.
I really don't like Mudo.
Agreed. I'm not gonna say it's bad, it just is, like, the whole point of the Megami Tensei series is that it is supposed to be absolutely, horribly, crushingly difficult. But, the Persona series is really Megami Tensei Light. So, I feel like Hama and Mudo are holdovers from how crushing the Megami Tensei series is supposed to be, but they didn't account for the fact that it's that it really is a different game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've already talked enough about getting insta-killed by angels, so...
Yeah, you've mentioned it a couple
like, I
times.
get where it's from, I just found it very frustrating, especially since I played on easy.
Oh, right. This is also annoying, that you know there's a safe room right there, but you can't go to it because you get reeled into a cutscene here first.
Wow.
But on the other hand, this is pretty sweet.
Yeah. But but it's like if you're playing on easy, it basically makes it like Hama and Mudo are. God, this place looks cool.
Yeah, I love
Like,
the
they're even more like relatively a problem because enemies do less damage, but they still insta-kill you the same amount. So they become these bizarre difficulty spikes whenever they show up.
I mean, at least Hama and Mudo basic editions have a shit chance to hit.
Do they?
But on the other hand, that makes it even more infuriating when they do hit.
I must have gotten psychotically unlucky that time then.
Well, I mean, like, the higher ranking Hama and Mudo, Hama-on and Mudo-on, have much better chances to hit, but like, the basic Hama and Mudo
Yeah.
don't really.
I don't remember which version it was. I just know that there was 4 of them and they cast it 4 times and it killed my entire party.
Christ. You got catastrophically unlucky?
It was during an ambush, so it was the surprise round, and I literally got during the battle.
Yeah, oh my god. That sounds bad.
It was so bad that I've mentioned it like 3 fucking times on this stream, even though this happened to be like half a year ago.
It's relevant to the game.
By now.
Return to the real world.
Just Persona, this game just brings out a lot of, just so much praise and so much salt from me.
Hey, you ready for more salt?
No, but let's get to it.
Too bad. It's salt.
Oh god, we're at Yusuke's house.
Yes, we are.
その通り暇だったからでしょ
で
2階の一番奥だ鍵かけるってことは
Sure, just had an
見られ
Akira
ちゃま
post
ずいっ
nude
て
for
ことだよ
Yusuke.
ね
Please.
けど俺たちがこじ
扉をまだらめ本人の目の前で開けんなさ要は扉は開けられないってつまりまだらめ
なんか
我が輩を信じろ
Alright, let's get someone else's Persona bullshit story. What happened to Persona Q?
Alright, Matt, let's hear it. I have never played Persona Q. It's...
That was like the 3-4 crossover?
Yeah, the Etrian Odyssey. That
Right.
wasn't actually.
我が輩にでも多少はかかるさすがにこじ開けるところほんのちょっとの間目を
あーつーか屋敷に入んのもどうやるかな
What pisses me off is how, like, gleeful Ryuji is about this. Like, after Shiho, after Kamoshida, Ryuji should not, like, everything we know about his character is that he should not be acting this way.
Ryuji's pervert best friend tendencies are loosely stapled onto the rest of his character with no consideration.
They really are.
まだらめの家にあんどのに一芝居
Just
打っ
cause
て
you gotta have one.
急に言われても
So these enemies have a...
それにその数
Yeah, that makes...
私
Oh, wait, shit.
大丈夫我が輩も
It's using the plus turn system, isn't it?
けど最悪バレた時どうパレスに逃げ込むそれ
That sounds some, like,
自信なさげに
classic Mega 10 bullshit.
I'm kind of glad that I haven't played any of the older games. I feel like I would suffer.
Let me, like, encourage Anne and say, let, the fact that there's no option to be nice to Anne pisses me off.
ちょっとなんとか言ってよ
まあまあちょっとユウスケを騙して
簡単に他に方法ないんじゃ
That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah,
That Megaru
正義
thing.
のためだもん
yeah, that sounds like...
They give you the weakness, so it's not even like you could for it by having
頼んだぞ
resistances.
モルガナ
Right.
無理に脱がそ
So
う
like, what would you even do?
あの家ぶっ壊すてかここまでやってパレス開かなかったら暴れるからね
その道よし
明日
早い方
でも
なの私明日じゃね
What if I just name all of my Persona 5 videos and deserved better with just like increasing amounts of capital letters?
It would be true. Although, it will become harder to talk about Anne in the videos when she isn't doing anything.
That's true. At least
God, that third choice is so fucking awful.
it really is. But at least Ryuji is like, okay, well just say something and we will be there to, you know, murder someone for you. But
Yeah.
the fact that that option is even in the game is just... We're forgetting everything that happened with Kamoshida, aren't we?
We sure are.
We're just... It's all forgotten. Poof, gone, goodbye.
It's-
No chance
It's
of
like,
recovery.
it's so striking how quickly the tone shifts that it almost makes me wonder if, like, some events were shuffled around during development,
I would not be surprised.
and, like, this wasn't the original intended route things go. It just had to be, like, shuffled and pasted around, and ended up with these really awful
本当に来てくれるな
pacing and implications as a result.
I would not be surprised because I know of a lot of,
今日その
I know there was a lot of shit that happened in the development cycle, that, like, they made a lot of the really fancy cutscenes, the anime cutscenes, and the, really the really fancy rendered cutscenes, and,
とりあえずここで
they,
用意いいか
did all that and then rewrote significant amounts of the plot. Like in Kanashiro's dungeon, when he turns into the shadow form, and the two random grunts next to him see what he's doing and freak out. Like, that is,
きつい俺は芸術を
That
It-
is.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by how much I hate this scene.
ここで
Just gotta remind us all how straight Yusuke is, I guess.
鍵のついた無理だ
Anyway,
高巻さん
Why is she throwing them at him?
こんなに来てそうかな
because
確かに
Yup.
モデルの気分
anyway,
大胆な構図や
ugh.
待ってくれ
Anyway,
他の部屋
me? Yes I am.
あいつらマジで大丈夫か
I am transgender and that's why I am making my videos about how LGBT topics get handled in the media, in video games.
演技で誘惑してみせるとか
Yeah.
だいぶハ
Yeah,
ード
and
ル
I'm
高い
just
と
here
言っ
as
てた
the
けど
token straight to talk.
Oh yeah,
about
Prof
this.
is the token straight guy who's good at game design stuff.
悪気配ってつかよ
Also, hello Dan.
物が開けられたとして
Dan with a lot of numbers. Welcome to my stream. I hope you enjoy. We're actually wrapping up and we're almost at the tail end of it.
すぐ閉めろ
But we're gonna be going for a while yet because we gotta get to a save point.
ぶっちゃけこの
But, yeah, so hello,
俺だって
welcome. Honestly, today we were supposed to be talking good things about Persona 5, but then we got
But
salty.
the schedule didn't work out for it.
Gotta have 12 cutscenes, yeah. How was Anne wearing that under her uniform?
それは
Like, was she wearing the jeans under her tights?
You're just not supposed to ask these things.
How am I supposed to not ask these things?
Honestly, it's far from the weirdest outfit I've seen someone turn out to be wearing under fit in an anime
I mean, that's true.
or anime game.
古い絵の保管庫だ
I mean, she absolutely probably was dying of the heat, but it beats the alternatives.
ここは先生しか入れない
They had to word it like that, didn't they?
Of course they did. I gotta be honest, I'm barely even looking at the screen because I'm trying not to scream.
Like, this kind of thing is why I'm not really there for the whole nude paintings aren't sexual in nature, so it's fine thing, because just the way the game frames all of this is so sexual. Just full of euphemisms and Yusuke getting all hot and bothered and it's very bad.
これは違うんです
Oh, and it looks like Dan left. Alright. Fucking rip. Oh well. At least bad things happening to Madarame. And now we don't have to deal with any more of that for a while.
For a while.
For a while. Akira is so supportive of all his friends.
They're doing their best, except for when they aren't.
Especially when they aren't. I am literally immune to anything except almighty damage, which doesn't exist at this point in the game.
It seldom exists ever, really.
I mean, true.
Does it prevent status effects?
I don't know, actually. Oh, it's this fucker. It is this fucker.
I've always liked the animation that it does to for the generic enemies to transform into the specific enemies.
Oh, I agree though. Oh shit. My headphones came out! Get back in there. Okay. Note, no more acting with headphones with wires in them still. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I tried to mimic the pose that they did, and it yanked my headphone wire out. I am a very, very smart LPer who only does very smart things. I hope that didn't mess up anything on my stream. Oh well.
I could hear you the whole time, so
Oh good.
I think you're good. There is a certain similarity to the way I felt playing Persona 5 and the way I feel playing Monster Hunter,
How so?
where it's like jumping into a series that's been evolving for years and just developing more systems on top of other systems
先生
to the point that if you just start there, then there's a whole bunch of things that feel confusing and arbitrary that the game just kind of assumes you're familiar with.
特別なルートで売ってもらっているんだ。
どうして
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see it.
Like the gameplay with like the persona fusions and all of the different mechanics just did feel kind of overwhelming at times.
そのことが
Yeah.
ひどくショックでな。
Just like I have the occasional anxiety attack from too much information I need to process in Monster Hunter.
このままではいかんと。私は何度か再リターが出来上がるのが所詮。
I do enjoy that that he's trying to make himself sympathetic and is Madarame is a good villain and Anne is having none of it.
不甲斐ないしよ。
やめてください
なんか変。元の絵が盗まれたのに。
画集用の
写真のさらに模写が絵とか買う人って嘘っぽいんだよね。
Anne is having none of it.
とにかくアンドのこれだけ何か
さゆり
Yeah.
これは本物のさっき盗まれ
模写だ。
いや
I like how they have that cut there because they couldn't animate the
ここまでやって
curse,
きたんで
that
す
little
Oh,
chibi
absolutely
blow.
not. Yeah, no, that's
まさか
like it would be ridiculous to try and animate. I admit it.
これは偽物。
Oh yeah, cloth. I mean, cloth animation is like one of the hardest things to animate.
Oh yeah.
無理ありすぎ
And
る
That's why you almost
gravity.
never see characters in video games sleeping under the covers.
Oh right.
さゆりの
And
前まで
hey, look, it's a flip phone.
警備会社に通報してやったわ。迷惑な三流記者対策のつもりだったが、
待ってください
話なら
アンドの
猫。無駄だ。
Like Madarame's whole
鳥
like
巻さん
secret plot and motivations, like they feel really evil, but in a kind of a plausible way.
Right. I mean, most well, I think one of the things that helps is that a lot, I don't want to say all of them, I'm not entirely sure, but I know that a bunch of the Persona 5 villains were modeled after real people. Like Kamoshida was modeled after a judo instructor,
Interesting.
and I don't remember the rest exactly, but
Yeah, it's like the game's villains are generally very strong.
yeah. But Madarame especially is a very, he's evil in an extremely petty way. That,
Yeah, it's like petty, it's believable, his motivations make sense. Like he's kind of he's like just filled with greed and
also, I hate that Yusuke is the one to land on his feet and catch Panther, because it should be the other way around. It should absolutely be the other way around.
oh yeah. And it's like he just builds this web of lies around himself and just keeps doubling down on them until he's
やば変なとこ入っ
just
ちゃった
become unbelievably evil and cruel just in order to keep his scam going, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
その着ぐるみには見覚え
And
ない
it's a bad look, but in a good way.
Right, it's a shit fest,
坂巻さん
but it's
悪いな
a,
嘘じゃねえ
you can see the chain of events that led to this shit fest.
でたらめを言うな
Yeah, and it doesn't make him sympathetic, it just makes him believable.
Right.
信じたくない
You can see, like,
まだらめの
you can see what happened and how
お前ら
he got to this point, and when he started to buy into his own bullshit even.
Yeah.
but it doesn't help. It's
目覚ませって
yeah, it
Madarame is the best
それ
part
で
of
も
a
10年
battle.
置いてもらった恩義だけは
right.
消えない。
許すってのかよ
I don't
このままじゃお前
much about where we go after this. Is it the bank?
大丈夫
The bank is third, yeah.
頭の理解に
Yeah. I didn't like the bank very much.
悪いが
I don't either, but like I said, the bank and the space station feel the most filler-y.
Yeah. Like, they aren't as creative as some of these places are. Like, just look at this place. It looks incredible.
Right.
As this, like, opulent golden art palace.
Right. And I can't get to the safe room. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while yet. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, well, I've got about 10 more minutes before I have to go meditate, so
Alright.
that's my timer.
Can I go back and get to the safe room? Nope. Okay. Let's just blitz through. Sprint! Surely Yusuke is fine with sprinting.
Games should always be saved. You should always be able to at least quick save in a video game.
I agree. But, also, if you check out the paintings with Yusuke, then he'll comment on them. But,
I think I missed that.
but I didn't bother because it's,
Yeah. Because we're trying to wrap up.
right? We're already over time.
ふざけた格好しやがって
That's our persona.
Yeah.
ようこそマダラメ画伯の美術館へ。
先生その姿
The one thing I'll say against Madarame as a villain is that compared to Kamoshida, his boss fight
あんな
design
に素晴らしい
sucks.
格好は
Which I think is kind of the point. I'm
What
all.
do you mean?
なぜ
Well, we'll talk about it when it actually shows up, but
Right.
considering his boss fight is just a bunch of shitty self-portraits.
Yeah, it's just it's not as it never doesn't feel as sharp of a design
That's
as
true.
Kamoshida Asmodeus, which is just like that one has the same sort of crazy flair you got from the Persona 4 Shadows,
Right.
and not a lot of the others do.
からか道理でこんな気持ち
I agree.
てかあんた
The
芸
boat
術家なん
boss,
で
I
しょ
think, has a really good design.
芸術など
Yeah, but let's not talk about him just yet because I have
Yeah,
けどよ
something I want to say for. I'm saving something for him.
あなた
yeah. There's a lot to say about him.
Yes, there is.
私に意を挟まれて
こんな
ただの善意で引き取って有能な弟子を集め着想をいただくなら大人より
なんてことを
家畜は毛皮も肉も
The whole anti-authority
喋り疲れた
theme
わい
of this game really resonates
許せ
for a Western audience in 2017 and 2018.
It really does.
長年飼って
It's
やったの
like
に
it's the era of getting mad and
続をします
taking action.
Right. One thing that I do love about the Phantom Thieves, that I think is probably a good time to end it on, is that the Phantom Thieves
事実
are
は説よりきなり
ultimately fueled by their anger. Like, the thing is,
長い
this game is ultimately hopeful that there's a way to make people have empathy for others,
なさ
that, you know, just violence isn't always the answer, but also
ようやっと目
anger is a good thing. It's not.
Yeah, get mad, take action.
真実から目を背ける貴様こそが
Right.
何より無様なまがいもたった
Like
今
Persona 4
するのだな
seemed like it was about acceptance, and in a way that Persona 5 is more about justice.
Right.
It's like saying you don't have to accept what you've been given.
Right.
You can throw it in life's face and get something better.
God, I love the shots of the thieves with their masks and the shadow eyes. That is always just such a cool shot.
Yeah, it's good shit. Yusuke's Phantom Thief design is pretty good.
Yeah, it's strong. It is good shit.
The fox mask and the huge goofy kabuki guy.
Yes.
Like, even though this arc, I can't not like Yusuke.
Yusuke is like... the entire game is aesthetic. And Yusuke's Phantom Thief is like... The fox as a Phantom Thief is... extreme aesthetic.
Pretty much. Man, this bit just doesn't like saving, does it?
It really does. Fortunately, I think once I'm out of this fight, I'll, I think I'm at a save point once I'm out of this fight. Let's see. That said...
Goemon, that's right.
Yeah, Goemon. Go faster. Okay, that said, I said I was gonna save these just in case, I was gonna save these, but it's time to break out the
big guns.
Just to get out of here.
Yeah, that makes sense. God, just watching those bars jump up.
It's good. It's good shit.
Good lord, that's excessive.
I love being ridiculously overpowered, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm trying not to, like, just shatter the game wide open.
Yeah, rip.
But, you know, right now, trying to get to a save point, I'm pretty okay with that.
Yeah. I like how they went with the persona identity, moving away from pure mythology into literature.
Right.
And instead uniting them by a theme of, like, famous fictional thieves
Right.
and stuff.
And then the ultimate personas are figures who rebelled against the gods, which is a really nice theme for,
That is good.
for a bunch of rebels. That's...
You get Prometheus?
Yes, you do.
Nice.
Prometheus is actually Futaba's ultimate persona. Spoiler alert. And it's a... It's wonderful. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh boy. Do you still only get those if you,
Max the social link.
social links on
Yeah.
Game Plus?
Yeah. Alright. I think we're at the last cutscene before I get a save point.
真面目すぎんだよ。そんなんだから行き詰まっちまうんだよ。俺な。
本当そう。これからどうするの？
わからない。まだらめが変わっちまったもんはもうしょうがねえ。けどよ。そういえば、改心が聞いたことねえか。
Having that
心を盗む改
choice where you can see either no worries or I understand. It's like, just let Akira have talky lines.
Agreed.
Like a normal person. There was no reason for that to be a choice. No one even reacts to it.
今更かよ。
That said, I like the moment where Yuji's like, you know the Phantom Thieves? And Yusuke just has to take a moment to... Wait...
I forgot that Yusuke has a tail.
I love Yusuke's tail. The, If you open a locked chest with Yusuke in the party, sometimes you'll like lean on Joker's shoulder and you can see his tail wag, and it's adorable.
Wow.
It's like Panther and Fox's tails actually do move.
Incredible.
And Yusuke actually does wag his tail, and it's adorable. Poor Yusuke.
I like the. I always liked the change of heart concept.
I agree, it's a very, like I opened up the stream with, just bring it all back to this theme, it's a very hopeful, like, 99% of people don't really want to wish harm on other people. So, to, like, force someone to feel empathy is a much better alternative, because people don't want to hurt other people. The idea of changing someone's heart...
That's something...
that-
It's like one of those things that just makes you really think, like, I wish the Phantom Thieves were real.
oh god, yes.
Like, it's a wonderful fantasy.
The fact that you could, like... I mean, especially in the modern era, when things seem to be,
I'm sure we're both thinking about the same person.
yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sure there will be more to talk about on that front in the later arcs.
Oh, yeah.
動くとしても5点を終えてからだろう。期間中に
ムードの件が済んだと思ったらこれ告訴を回避するにもその前に改心だな。やっぱり作戦期間は
How long are exhibits normally open for?
喋ってるの？
I don't know, if Beth was here, she'd be able to
文句
tell
ある
you.
のか？
Yeah. I'll Google it in a bit.
いや、そう。
なんで？
ちょっと人とテンポ違うよね。この我が輩を囲おうってのか？
うん。
気安くさ。
黒あんみつを注文し。
黒猫から連。
はあ、金を持ってこなかった。
やっぱこの人。
I do love Yusuke. He's just... It's very... He's a space case, and I love him.
おい。
いやいや違うだろ。
He's very odd.
He's a very odd boy. And now, finally, we can save. Alright, thank you everyone for coming. We're gonna call the stream here.
Alright.
Thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you'll keep, spreading the word. I won't be streaming again until Monday, but I hope I will see you all then. And thanks for coming, and have a good weekend. Bye, everyone!
Later.